We are talking about properties of rational exponents, and we want to use properties of rational exponents to simplify expressions with rational exponents. So directions: simplify the expression. Your answer should contain only positive exponents. So here we have 4 times x times y to the negative third, all raised to the second power. So in here we have a bunch of products. So we're going to use power of a product. And we're going to go ahead and distribute that 2 to all 3 parts, to the y, to the x, and to the 4. And so we get 4 squared, x squared, and then we have x to the negative third already. And now that next step is going to be power of a power. So we're going to take the negative 3 and multiply it by 2. So we can simplify this. We get 4 squared, x squared, and then y raised to negative 3, 2. So negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. And we can do one more step to simplify this further. We can use the negative exponent because we have a negative y, or y to the negative 6th. And so we get the 4 squared stays in the numerator, the x squared stays in the numerator, and then the y to the negative 6 goes in the denominator, but we're going to leave that as positive 6. So we move it to the denominator and make it positive. Next one we have is x to the negative third raised to the second power. So here we have a power of a power. And what that says is we want to take the 2 and multiply it by the negative third. So x to the negative third, and then multiplied by x, or squared. So we're going to multiply these together, and then we get x to the negative 6th. And we have a negative exponent, so we're going to use our negative exponent property. And the negative exponent property just says that if you have a negative exponent, you can move it to the denominator and make it positive. So x to the 6th goes in the denominator, and we leave the 1 in the numerator. The next one that we have is we have 2 multiplied by x to the 4th, multiplied by y to the negative 2nd, all raised to the 3rd power. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to do power of a product, because we have 2 times x to the 4th and then times y to the negative 2nd. So that's going to be power of a product. And so what that means is we're going to take and we're going to distribute it to all parts of the product. And so then we get 2 to the 3rd, and then we have x to the 4th already. And what we want to do at that point is we want to use power of a power. And we can multiply that together. And then we have y to the negative negative 2, and then we're going to multiply that by 3 again. So we can simplify this, and we get 2 to the third, that just stays, and then 4 times 3, so that's x to the 12th, and then y, negative 2 times 3 is negative 6, so y to the negative 6th. And then the last thing we can do is we can use the negative exponent. And the negative exponent says we can move the y to the denominator and make it positive. So 2 to the third, x to the 12th, and then y to the negative 6th. We make that positive, so that's y to the 6th.